It's game time, boys. Game faces on. Bad work. That's not exactly. It's kind of fun, too. Popular. And there's a river through the middle of it. Morning, guys. Tuesday morning. I feel like every day's a bit of a repeat, but today I've got Carissa. We're gonna run the group that I've been hoof trimming the last couple days. We're gonna run them through, we're gonna give them their vaccines. I was waiting to have her just because I think it would be quicker. But there's one other thing I wanna do today. I actually have emailed the guys at Flockwatch this morning. I don't think they have the app quite where they want it for the breeding sessions yet, so I was gonna ask them if there's somewhere I can temporarily put who these ladies were sired by, so that when I go to lamb, it would say somewhere who these lambs were sired by, and it would just make stuff easier. I have that in my Gallagher, so I just want to kind of transfer it over while because this is kind of one of the last times these ewes are going to be in here. Okay, I got the Flockwatch started, my app, and the Flockwatch gun. This is what we have. So we're gonna be vaccinating with Glandvac and Tasvax. So Glandvac goes to any ewe that was born 2019 or later, and this is 2018 and earlier. So we'll see how these auto dosers work today. That feels like it could snow. It's too cold. So let's scan with the Gallagher first. So she is Glandvac. I'll show you how this goes. So basically, it's exactly like before, only you just, oh, she needs the smaller. Grab a few. There we go. It's not going to show up. I wonder if I could put it under pedigree name. So it says here group 3. Let's try that. Let's see if we shows that. Yep, pedigree name, group 3. So we'll see, it's in here, and then, so I think I found a little cheater for now, and I'll talk to Michael and see if this will work. But at least it's in her data now, so if I go to lamb, at least I could go to the ewe and go through her home screen and see what she was bred to. All right. I have not done anything. Alright, so I'll just show you how this is exactly like before. So just and then before you, I just lift it out before I like squeeze and then lift out and then always just make sure you pull. So try to keep it always down. The bottle always has to have to be in. So it's kind of like yeah, so just, you know what I'm trying to say. And she's, yes. If you want to run the Gallagher, I'll run that because it takes more time. Does that sound okay? Okay. Oh, good, sorry. So she's a 2018, she gets half. Okay, so 2019 and younger. Got it? Yep. It's kind of awkward until you get used to it being big. Hey, it's like our lightsaber wars. It's kind of fun. A lot of group threes. You did it? Nice. I'll go let him out. Follow. I know. That went actually really quite good. I hope the way I did the transfer onto the flock watch will be good enough. I actually just emailed Michael. He emailed me back and said I should have made groups for them. Because he said their app is really close to having the breeding section all done, and then they could have just transferred the data for me. But I said I don't use that little spot on the mom's data anyway, so I'm like, I'll just use it as a cheater, and that'll just stick with her. So it's under like sheep pedigree, and I'm like, it's actually not far off of what I need that to be. If I always keep her in that group, it'll be fine. The ones that we vaccinated this morning, they're bred ewes, and they're the first ones I put through this new breeding group system of the group 1 rams, group 2 rams, group 3 rams. The group 1 rams, they were brand new. Like, I got them the day before, so it's a huge no-no. You shouldn't like buy your rams. They're not used to the barn, they're not used to the feed, they're not used to anything. And then the next day I made them breed ewes that were seedered, so they are wanting to go, and these rams are like, holy cow. So I knew what the percentage was on the overall group, and I knew it was good. It was like 88%, but I hadn't actually broke down the groups to see the results. And so that little group, I only had 18 ewes on those 6 rams. So every ram only had to service, or sorry, yeah, every ram only had to service 3 ewes, and they should be able to service about 5. But it is summer, so I always kind of crank up the numbers a bit. So 13 out of the 18 bred. So that group was the group that kind of brought it down to 72. So it will be interesting to see how they breed. They've had another 3 months of growth on them. They've been by themselves. I did not put them with the big rams, so they've had ample opportunity to eat with no competition. They look really good. They've grown a lot, and they're going into a natural breeding period. So I'm hoping that will improve this time, but I was a little bit freaking out because I didn't see a lot of group 1s coming up when I was scanning the ewes. However, group 2 and group 3, both groups were 91%. So that's, I knew the overall percentage was really good, but I had no idea how good those 2 pens were. But like I said, it was almost a 3-to-1 ratio, so if the boys did not do their job with that, then I'd have some bigger issues for sure. Let's see your face. Morning, guys. It is Wednesday, which is also appropriately hump day, which today is probably going to be what takes place. Chris and I are just getting this all set up here to do some sorting. So the big pen of ewes who have all pushed to the back because they're scared of us. There's, what did I tell you, 59 and 38? So we'll have a group of 59 ewes that go with group 3 rams, I believe, and 38 ewes will go with group 2 rams. Group 1 rams will go with my little ewe lambs that are gonna get bred for the first time here. So just gonna be a lot of moving and scanning, and what we're gonna do is scan, again, just like yesterday. We're gonna scan with the Gallagher, scan with the flock watch. With the Gallagher, I will have everything written down as to who I want them bred to, and then I'll just transfer the info on to the flock watch system. That's the plan anyway, so hopefully no gates break open or all that will be for nothing. We are connected. All right, we've got life figured out here. There's a little more steps to it. So what we're gonna do is scan them, figure out what breeding group they're in. Chris is gonna mark their bums as to what, either 1 or 2. What are we gonna do? 1 purple, 2 green?
Sure.
Okay. No, wait, 2 and 3. We're doing group 2 and 3. You pick 2 colors. And then
the smallest group? Group 2, right?
2 is smaller. And then, so we use that mark instead of a marking harness, so when the ram mounts the ewe, hopefully it'll smear a bit or even off if they're really active. That's just because I have too many rams to service that many harnesses, so this is just a cheater way of doing it. So yeah, we're gonna do that, and then after we get up them marked, I'm gonna use my flock watch because it'll be easier for me to see what group they're in and ID them then. Scan away, young Jedi. Group 2, so do you want 2 blue? It rhymes. Or were you gonna do purple?
2 is the small group, right?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
Okay.
Yeah, that's good.
Okay. 2. 3. 2. Oh, you can do the next one. We'll probably work backwards. 3. Okay, I will record my screen as to how I'm doing this, but it's not the way Flock Watch is going to do this. It's just the way I'm doing it for now until they get this as an option. Okay, here we go. So we're on the home screen. I'm going to scan the ewe. And what I'm going to do is actually edit the animal. So, edit. And where I've been putting it is under sheep pedigree. And she is group 2, right?
Yep.
And that's it. That's all I'm doing with these ones. And hopefully that info will be there when she lambs. And then I can just kind of, when I scan the mom, I'll be able to just quickly see what group she was bred to. And then I know group 2 is Rito, so I know that the baby was sired Rito. Okay. Now to sort. And you got an eye on that end?
Yeah.
2 goes back over, right?
Yeah.
Okay, time to sort out the boys. It's game time, boys. Game faces on. So just a little dot on their...
Yeah, on their neck.
Or even like up on their pole. And then I can really see them when they're coming in. Like up here. 2. Yep. 3. 3. Oh yeah. 3. All right, you're in the wrong spot. Are you
doing the triathlon?
I can't because they don't have it in the system. Please back out so I don't have to rearrange this thing. There you go. Come on, Dorset. You're slow today. Okay, if you guys remember in the last video, I treated Edward's foot and it's all wrapped up. So I want to unwrap it, put some, this copper care on it. It's for foot rot. Hi, honey. You're gonna let me do this? I don't know if I'll let you hold his head. What? I don't know if I'll let you kind of head his head or keep him distracted.
Hey.
I might have to actually, I might use a halter.
Yeah.
I don't like lambs. Edward, come on.
Oh, yeah, you just do it.
I know. I might try to actually. Hand busted. Oh, he got his halter off.
Oh, what is that?
Oh, just stay there. Smell it?
Oh, yeah, he's like right at you.
That's not exactly ideal. Pretty gross. Pulling up his hoof. sleeve that a little bit. Oh, there. It looks better than it did. Okay, so we're gonna squirt that right in there. Do you want to grab me that copper tox? And I'll try not to. Oh, yes, there is a pharmacy. Hi, honey. Please don't attack me. You're doing really good. Really good boy. Please don't hurt me. Please don't hurt me. I don't care, as long as he's not trying to kill me, I'm fine. There you go, buddy. There. That's all I wanted to do. There you go. Okay, that was fun. Okay, now I'm gonna treat him. Talk about hump day. I just got humped by Edward. That's all Mark. So this is just penicillin again and Medicam. Pain if he has any. He will soon have no pain because he will be distracted. Okay, buddy. Yeah. Good boy. Just go straight. He's like, I'm not going anywhere. There you go. Good boy. The deed is done, and we have 3 groups of lucky ladies and even luckier boys. So we have purple, I believe, is group 3. So this is my terminal group. So they're just a mix mash of terminal sires. Lucky's a Suffolk. We have 2 Tunises. We have quite a few Dorsets. And then we have some Steel Rams. These are my group 1. So these are my ewe lambs that were born last September and last December. So the December ones were on the fence, whether I should have waited till maybe January to breed them. But it's a natural breed. If they don't catch, I can throw them in the January group to get bred with Willow's group, because they are March lambs. So that December, I'm never really sure, because we're kind of on the cusp of them and if they're cycling yet right now. But the September ewe lambs should breed. So they look like they're already understanding what's going on, which is good. And then at the back, that's my my old Rito boys. So they're, and oh, the one thing I had to do though is make a new feed sheet. By the time we got everything all said and done, it was noon and Carissa had to bail. So I'm in charge of feeding. I'm gonna feed them quick. And then Mark and I have to run to London because we have an appointment with our accountant. It is that time of year. Popular. She is already smeared right off. Look at that compared to that. Wow. And this one? What have you been doing? I see that. Still at it? How's it going? Can I see your smearing? Oh, pretty good. Very smeared. That's a nice standing heat. Usually they won't let me near them. Is this your girlfriend? What about you? Morning, guys. It is Thursday, I believe. It's rained for the last 3 or 4 days for sure. So corn harvest is gonna be all of a sudden a bit of a challenge. Just want to go over and see how my golden girls are making out in this rain and cold. And Yeah, I haven't seen them in a couple days, so I actually just need a fix. A good way to really judge how much rain you've had is looking at the fields that you were literally just in 4 days ago, working, and there's a river through the middle of it. You hunkered in there, kids? Out of the wind? Good morning! Hello, tomatoes. How are we doing? How do you like this weather? Hey, nice and warm back there? It is really cozy in here, actually. Good morning, ladies. I know what you want. I know what you want. I don't think you need it. Yeah, you. Alright. So I want to get over there. I don't trust you with that door. Ugh. Sorry. Good morning, Lizzie. You guys want this too? Okay, just a sec. I gotta go get your pail. Mommy. I got your food. Come on. There you go. Let's put this over here. Kind of in the middle. You can get around it. There you go. They gave you one all to yourself. Of course they did. It's still really gross outside, and Mark, I think, is wanting me to help him put in a chimney. Before I do that, I know there's going to be some questions asked about this breeding group, and the number one thing I get asked a lot is what the actual breed of my sheep are. I'm going to just tell you breeds that I use, and then you guys can Google what those breeds are, because it's just going to make this video like 30 minutes long. And it probably already will be. So my base genetics, like most of my females have a little bit of Rito, have a lot of Rito in them, and a little bit of Dorset. So like a Rito Dorset blend is kind of what that original foundation breed is, I would say. So for rams, I've got 2 Tunis rams. I've got 1 Suffolk ram. I've got some Dorsets, and I've got a few of the steel rams left. Those steel are a composite breed that I use, that I've been using on my females, and that's again that Rito Dorset plus a couple breeds brought in from New Zealand on that composite breed. A lot of Rito on the ram side. The other questions I know I'm going to be asked, because I get asked this every time I show the rams, is what's happening to their wool. That is a very good question. If you go back through the last few years in this farm in the fall, this is when they start losing their wool, and they don't all lose their wool. So that's what always boggles my mind. They get treated for lice when they get sheared. They actually last year got treated 2 separate times. So once when they got sheared and once last winter just to get on top of it. So is it lice? I don't know. I think they've developed, it might have started as lice, I do wonder. And I wonder if they picked up the habit of actually the practice of pulling the other ram's wool. Billy and the other 3 black and white rams don't have it. They don't have any of the wool drop, and they're right in. If it was lice, they're right in with the rest of the group. So why is their wool still intact? And the other thing is the 6 new rams I bought were right beside that pen, and they have all their wool, like it's all there. I've talked to vets about it, I've talked to my feed company about it, I've talked to like extension people about it. We're doing all the things, but I know you guys are gonna ask me that. So if you are, I'm baffled as well. I don't know why they lose their wool. The females so far all have their wool. I just realized that I didn't really go through the whole breeding of this group. We're breeding these guys naturally, which means they're gonna be in with these ladies for a strong month. About 34 days is what I typically do. They are in season right now, so this is when they actually wanna breed. Days are short. They want a lamb in the spring. This is kind of just sheep 101. So they have begun breeding, but not very many. I mean, there's a few like completely smeared off, and then there's 90% that haven't been even touched yet. So it's usually kind of a slow go, and then by day 3 or 4 they're usually going pretty good. Yeah, I remember the first week this year in the spring we were really busy, so I'm kind of hoping for the same thing because we have the most energy at the beginning of lambing. We definitely don't have it near the end. I think I hear my husband. Need all these?